Blessed be me beautiful soul sisters. I'm just sitting here and it's 4:49 in the morning because it's Monday. And I was thinking about what woke me up. I always wake up at the same time, like I always wake up at 3. So I was laying in bed thinking about fasting. Don't ask me why, it just popped into my head. And then I started to think, why we wake up at a certain time in the morning. And between 1 to 3 and 3 to 5 is the times where you get your downloads, what they call it, technical term. It's like all your thoughts that come into your head that matter. They don't make sense at the time, but a couple of days later you might be riding around, well I do, riding around on my bike, and all of a sudden, ping, something that I thought about a few nights before will come back into my head and make more sense. And they're like signs and synchronicities. So the time through the night, once you've come out of your deep sleep, them times through the night, if you wake up, that's why people say keep a journal by your bed to write in it and to think about what you've dreamt about or what you've thought about, because them things are going to make sense in a couple of days. They're going to absolutely make more sense than they do when you start thinking them. Like this morning, I woke up thinking about my stevia sugar, which is plant-based sugar, and the time that I wake up till 10 o'clock, don't eat. And I thought, and I was thinking, and I thought, oh yeah, that's a really... Because normally I have 2 bananas at work, and I was thinking, oh my God, that might be my actual time to fast from when I go to bed at night. Like I stop eating after 6 o'clock. So when I go to bed at night, right round till 10 o'clock the next day might be my fasting time. That might be my fasting time. Well, clearly it is, because I've thought about it and now it's made sense. So I'm going to do that. I mean, this morning I've had a coffee with a little bit of sugar, and you're not meant to have sugar. So I am going to do that. I'm going to get me stevia, which is plant-based and it's not sugar. I think it's called stevia. It's not called stevia, but it's like that. It's very expensive from Tesco's. It's spelled X, xylitol or something like that. I don't know, but it's nothing harmful in it, and it's all plant. And it costs a fortune, and it's at work. So that's what woke me up, thinking, oh yeah, I've left that in the other job. I've got to go and get that. So now I've sat and realised about what that means. I'm going to do that tomorrow. After 6 o'clock, not eat anything, and then not eat anything till 10 o'clock. I always take 2 bananas with me, because between, I don't know, about 3 and 4, I feel a bit sick. But it might be just your body adjusting. Like, I don't need to shove 2 bananas in, do I, really? And they're only small, like little bananas. But I like a banana with me coffee in the morning, and really, when I think about it, I'm not hungry. It's just the fact that I like to have something with me coffee. And this morning I've gone up there and I thought, no, you're not having them. So it's weird, isn't it? Well, it ain't weird. It's divine. And then when you're going about your day and then things pop back into your head, that's divine timing. That's when you understand the download, and it all makes sense to you, and that's divine timing. Like, and I was watching something else last night. When you talk to yourself in your mind, you're actually talking to an angel, apparently. Like, I always used to think, I always answer my own questions. Like, I'll go, Trace, don't do that. And then I'll go, oh, okay. Like, and when I was listening to this podcast of this, I can't think of his name, Chinese man, he's lovely. he was saying, no, they're angels talking through you. It sounds like your own voice, but it's somebody higher. Which my doubtful mind, the resistant mind, finds hard to believe. I'm thinking, no, that's you. But it does make sense because the person in my mind always talks sense to me. And I question it, and I still do. Even though it's me, I'll go, okay. Like, I have resistance in it, which is really strange, isn't it? But I've always had that since I was a little girl. I've always answered my own questions, always. Since I was little, I used to say I had two, like the devil and the angel. This one, the angel and the devil, sorry. And this one always used to try and get me in trouble. And the angel used to go, no, don't do it, Tracy. Like, I always said that to my dad, the devil and the angel. But when I went and had therapy that time, I went in the... I can't even think what it was called. I stayed in this house for 10 days and had therapy on so much stuff. And that's when I come off my antidepressants. Thought, I don't need them because they're telling me they're all normal. They're normal things that I go through. Like, I went through a really dark time when I was put on sertraline. Was it sertraline or citalopram? They got rid of all my thoughts out of my head, which seemed so strange because you're supposed to have some thoughts. And it felt like, I always said, they took away the bad thoughts, but it felt like somebody unzipped my head, took everything out and chucked it away and then put me back. And even now, I don't have them bad thoughts. I don't have any intrusive, real, horrible thoughts anymore. But back then, I used to have so much. I felt like I was fighting a war every day. But now, listening to him, was I hearing spirit? Do you know what I mean? It makes sense because I had so many different chatter. Too much chatter in my head. And I thought I was going mad. I thought I was losing the plot. Like, I couldn't handle it. Every day was like a war in my head. Like, voices, people saying, you need to do this, you need to do that. You've got to have this, you've got to do that. And it was horrible. Yeah. So I ended up being put on really bad antidepressants. And I was like a zombie. And I was probably on them for 10 years. Not the bad ones. They put me on fluoxetine, which made me think normal. Well, made me normal but not think, which was really horrible. It's like you're on your own all the time and you've got nobody guiding you. Now I know that. That was in my 30s to 40s. It was horrible. Really horrible. But because of that, it ended up, I keep wanting to say a safe house. It wasn't a safe house. It wasn't a safe house. That's just come to my head, but it wasn't that. It was like a respite care where I had therapy and I talked through everything. It was so lovely. It was so lovely. And, yeah, made me... Something in my head clicked and thought, you don't need them, Tracy. They wanted to put me on more stronger ones. And I came out of there and I thought, nah, you ain't taking these ever again. Everything made sense in there. It was almost like... this is your point, your turning point. You've got to get rid of them. You've got to get rid of all them tablets. That was the only chemical tablets I was taking. Everything else was alternative. The real medicine. But, yeah. So, who knows? And that is my little early chat with you, because I love talking to you, and you're beautiful. And my time is running out. And that is it. Blessed be.